My philosophy in teaching is to empower my students, to help them find their voice and learn how to advocate for themselves, help move them on a positive path and let them know that just because they think that they're on a certain path doesn't mean that they have to go down that way.
Logan remembers, he gave me a thumbs up, I like it. It's about serving the community and my students. So it's about making connections. It's about making them feel valued and loved and respected. And I think that's the most important part of teaching for me.
With history, I know they're 14 years old and they're only going to remember like a little tiny bit of what I teach them, but really it's more those ideas of instilling empathy and compassion in the classroom and making my students feel like they're cared for.
Normally we have a big reception at the Bakersfield Museum of Art. When we needed to switch gears, we decided to go to a virtual event.
Hello. My name is Mary Barlow, and I am proud to be your Kern County Superintendent of Schools.
This was blasted across social media. This was across the city and the state, and people could share our newsletter and share information with whomever they'd like, so it was much more open and public.
Thank you for your passion and commitment to shaping young lives. You represent the best in education. Joseph Andreotti.
I'm still shocked, to be honest. So, I mean, it's just a lot of, taking it in and kind of reflecting on it.
All public schools in Kern County have been recommended to close.
Kind of watching the news, you kind of figured my wife teaches at CSUB and they had already gotten off for the rest of the semester, so I kind of felt like that was going to trickle down to us. And I think I kind of got lucky because I already was doing like a paperless classroom except for art projects. So most stuff we were doing was already online. I have some students that are at first grade level. I have some that are at 12th grade level. And how am I gonna make sure that all of them feel like they're succeeding in my class? So I've done art projects in the past, but I thought this year I'm gonna try to do a lot more of them. What is the most important word in this document? How could you describe it in like one word or one phrase? And then what they do is they write a short paragraph to explain how they got that thought process, and then they have to create graffiti artwork. Maybe they couldn't write an essay, but they could do this and shine. Did they understand the standard? And if they can do that in an art form, why is that any different than marking A, B, C, or D?
Our next finalist is Nicole Negron.
Didn't think I was going to get it because there were a lot of amazing teachers that were nominated. Really shocking because it just wasn't expected. While our district did a really good job of trying to get Chromebooks out to all of the families in our district and providing Wi-Fi hotspots, there hasn't been a lot of interaction from the majority of my students. It's hard on our end because we worry. We worry about our kids, we worry if they're okay, we worry if they're doing the work, if they're stressed, if they're confused, and then we also worry about their parents. A lot of our students are telling us, I thought I wouldn't miss school, and I do. I miss my teachers, and I miss my friends, and I miss the routine. Even though I hate getting up early in the morning, I miss having that.
Wajeha Chaudhry.
Thank you. Congratulations. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much.
I was surprised. I was blown away. I did not expect to make it to the county finalists. There's so many amazing teachers. It was just one of the highest honors I think a teacher can ever hope for. Hey, is that Julian? Julian, I'm so happy to see you. The transition was very abrupt. Once the Chromebook deployment took place and students were able to have access to devices and the internet, it made it a lot easier, being able to see the students in Zoom meetings and have those conversations. What does it say?
It says Brave Jacob.
Ooh, okay, very cool. Continue those connections that had been made throughout the school year. It made it easier, but teaching from home and using the internet is much more difficult than being able to teach in the classroom. I'll just go across the classroom. So Madison, I'm gonna start with you. The positive surprises to me are I'm getting to know the kids in a different way. And so I'm getting a little bit of a taste of what their home life is like, and that's really, really neat.
The event at the Museum of Art is a beautiful, lovely event, but it's kind of insular and small and cozy. I've had the opportunity to interact with each of the 54 district honorees on a regular basis, so it's been a much more personal and engaging experience for me, and I think in a lot of ways for them. There have been some really wonderful practices and innovations that have come about when we've been forced to think differently about how we celebrate the work of others.